I can feel the power, I can feel the power. Feel the power. Yeah, money that is time and hour. Time and hour. Yeah, well, I better activate the power. I'ma activate it, gotta make it, gotta chase it. I don't care what they be saying, I'ma do it now. And I've been really strafing, I ain't giving up and I ain't giving in. Do it now for the dividends, I'll be on the path, I just gotta get it. Cause I got my mind on some bigger things. So man, I ain't gonna give in now, I just gotta live this now. I be gonna be when I'ma kill this stuff real quick. I'ma go take it to town, cause I gotta be that king in the ring. When I'm knocking them out, when I'm back with the wheel. Cause I am just up on the journey, just know that I'm just going insane.
Welcome to Over the Top. This is the Behind the Slap show where we rewatch the Power Slap Road to the Title Season 1 and we break it down for you. It'd be my pleasure to be your partner in this action here. My name is the Sauce Boss and I'm one of the many voices who appear on Over the Top. Thank you for tuning in, and we're going to get into the second half of episode number 1 on Road to the Title. This is the series that aired on TBS. It is no longer hosted by TBS now. If you want to watch these episodes in their entirety, you got to go check them out on Rumble. Get them there before they're taken down. Although I think that these are going to be used as promotional tools for a while. So it's my pleasure to present this to you. Let's jump in and get to the action.
What you gonna see from me is straight, vicious power. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I hit really hard in competition, in boxing, and
so Jules Scott. I mean, we talked about this before, but you don't need a moniker when your name is Jewel. You just don't get in a slap fight with a man named Jewel, right? Anthony the Predator Green. The Predator's probably not a name that I would go with. There are connotations that go with the name Predator. They're all bad. You're either ugly or you're a criminal, and I'm not sure that helps. Especially this guy. He looks like an average guy. Probably is. He's probably a guy that does contract work for you around the house. Landscaping, general contracting, plumbing, electrical, that sort of stuff. He seems like a decent dude, but I mean, you don't really know. That's what I really love about Power Slap, is that these guys have stories, they have lives, they have jobs outside of this. So Anthony Green won the coin toss here. He's going to give first strike, and clean strike there. It's hard to tell exactly how hard they're hitting each other, but Jewel just ate that one, and he's got a lot of energy. It did wake him up a little bit. I mean, you can see that he's looks like a man has been slapped awake. I like that. A little puff of smoke there.
What hand would you like and on what strike? Right. We're gonna go on 3. Right 3.
So we'll see how strong of a chin Anthony Green's got here. I mean, he's a lean guy. You see, he's got a few inches of height here.
1.
He's not as stocky.
2. 3.
Okay, he stumbled here.
Perfect, guys. Nice work, guys.
He's got time to recover. It looks like he just hurt his feelings.
You got time. You got 18 seconds to recover and then come back to the box, okay?
I don't think he's getting back up, though. I mean, he looks like he don't want any more.
10 seconds. You can take your hands out of there.
You're a tall guy.
You good?
He's going to let him go. Okay.
Not very thick, though.
Start time.
Thick hands.
For him to get ready. Start time again.
It's a real calm recovery. I mean, I have to respect that. A guy gets hit like that, you don't often see somebody who collects themselves, doesn't teeter. Taking the knee, I think, is the best approach, because you don't take that stumble.
You have 20 seconds.
And he's going to go in for slap number 2. Remember, there's only 3 rounds of slaps here. Ooh, he swung that one on 2, right hand on 2. So you get 1 aim, then you get a second adjustment.
Oh, he's got a chin.
Yeah,
He's got a chin.
You're good here, right here. Please keep your feet flat. Let
And
me
he went
know
on 2,
what
so you don't see that too often.
You can go 3.
But
Right 3. Right 3. You have 15.
yeah, I don't know how hard he actually hit Jewel there. So right on 3, good form here. You see Jewel with.
3.
He looked like he was trying to talk to him before he hit him.
You got time.
And Jewel's just angry about it.
You got time. 20 seconds.
Nope,
Right here.
no. All right, this is where you hope that they call the fight.
20 seconds.
This guy's knocked out on his feet. Something you see in boxing and in MMA often.
You're good. That's it. Fight's over.
Yep.
All right.
And he didn't want any more.
Vicious. He's a no-brainer for me, man. He looks totally comfortable.
Jules Scottson is an entertainer. The guy belongs on this show or any other show that they do because he's a likable guy. And
I was able to gather
he's got a
all
great
my
look.
thoughts. It's all one fluent. I've been a professional 14 years. All the blood, sweat, tears, snot.
He's been a professional 14 years. I don't know that means professional fighter.
I ever imagined, but I feel like this fits me so well.
He's going to do well.
Coaches, Jules Scott in the house.
100% in the house. Yeah.
Boys?
So these are the coaches. That's the Destroyer and the
What do
Wolverine.
you think about Anthony, though? I think he showed some toughness here.
I don't know who these other dudes are. Dana White, of course.
Maybe we bring him back in another chance.
The owner, CEO. I think he's just CEO, president of UFC. Of course, this is his vision to bring this to the mainstream. So it's been met with mixed reaction, especially in light of his own personal situation. He was caught slapping his wife in a bar somewhere. I don't know how long ago the incident happened, but the video was released right before the show went on air, so it seemed like somebody was trying to sabotage the product.
I've been working on these guns for long.
So here we go. We're going to get a lady fight here.
So I'm honored.
So this is something you're not going to see on the show. They don't have a women's division yet on the show. They don't have enough fighters, and you don't want to end up with a massive weight differential in a single weight class. That's one of the issues that they had with UFC early on with fighters like Gina Carano. She couldn't make weight. So she was having to fight women who were much smaller than she was at a catch weight, so she'd have to share some of the purse of the fight.
Okay.
There just aren't enough women who are in slap fighting right now
Okay.
to have defined weight classes and have real fair competition. In order for this to be sanctioned by the Nevada Athletic Commission and now 5 other athletic commissions, there has to be real rules to it. No follow through on that swing. This girl Courtney, she is all arms.
Got some
She
power to him.
She wasn't lying about that.
Yeah.
Sheena, I believe, is European or Russian. They have a much better defined slap fight league
With your right hand.
in Russia
Okay, and your feet.
and parts of Europe, the eastern parts of Europe.
Right hand.
The distance is the same regardless of men or women. And that is one of the coldest knockouts I've seen on the show. They caught her, and whoop, she does the old Sonic the Hedgehog roll there.
Get her.
And she is still out on her feet.
Oh, baby girl. I was good.
So all that toughness and still reduced to tears. And that was just,
I gave
Woo!
her a good solid crack.
she got her there. Feels like she left a little on the table though.
Sell it stunted her. And I was like, oh, here it comes. I believe
Not a great
that
camera shot there.
this
They
was
missed the
the
shot.
biggest opportunity
You have to
in my
believe
life
they're
that
going to
I
figure
could
that
get,
out
so I
later.
didn't want to even a
But
little mistake.
you can see
I
the
will
eyes are just
bring
blank.
everything, all my experience in the last years I ever had. I think I did a somersault or something. My hair's still standing though, so that's
Doesn't even remember. So there is concern, right? When you see knockouts like that in the sport, it makes you real wary of the dangers of it. You know, are these people going to have permanent damage, brain damage? I don't know. I mean, it's one strike. It's not repeated blows. I think we won't really know until we see the long-term injuries to these fighters. The injuries you're going to hear about are lacerations, broken bones in the hand, but I've never seen a broken orbital or a broken jaw or traumatic head injury. I've never seen anyone take a fall that would cause an injury, but it's only a matter of time before you get that bad freak accident that happens.
I do handyman business. I'm an electrician apprentice back in Oklahoma.
Wesley Drain looks like one of the younger guys on the show.
I've been trying to get my name out there,
and I missed the first fighter there.
Well, I'm gonna knock this dude the out. I mean, he's flying. I mean,
I like this kid.
For a reason, my dude. He's gonna be going to sleep on it.
The problem is he's very rough.
It's crazy when you see how different people are taking slaps. How some people look totally comfortable, and some
Wesley Drain can take a slap.
Some people don't have the experience of getting hit at all.
Yeah,
it's not for everybody.
Well, this is how you find out, right?
Yeah.
Red clock, start please.
So John Kennedy, I think what's his moniker? The Machine or something like that. John is a nasty dude. Like the kind of guy, he looks like the guy that would fight you at a bar, like just unprovoked, just fight you. You don't even know how. The problem with Wesley is his form is terrible.
Fair slap.
So they're calling it fair.
Okay, you have 30 seconds.
If Wesley can fold that arm in instead of hanging it by his side, put it across his chest, or pick that elbow up a little bit, something like that, you might see more rotation at the waist.
100%.
Yeah, I think these slaps, maybe the form is similar to what you would see in a golf swing, where you're supposed to turn at the hips.
Right hand, 3, blue. 1.
See, John's got his arm up a little bit higher. Yikes. Stumbled and rocked him pretty good there. It wasn't much of a wind up either.
Red, start the clock, please. You have 30 seconds.
And you can see Wesley's cheek is already.
He's got power, man.
It looks like he's got a wad of chew in his cheek, or he put the entire pack of Big League Chew in his mouth at the same time. But I think maybe he might have had a little bit of swelling there.
Right, 2.
But now he's got a lot of swelling. Look, he's holding it. I mean, I don't know how he got that amount of swelling in one strike, but that might just be one of those freak things. You can see, whoo, he's out. You can see his feet are not cooperating.
Look at his cheek.
Dang.
Got like a
Crazy how
hematoma
quick
in
that's
there.
full.
Wow.
I'd like to see this guy come back and see what happens in a slap off.
Yeah.
So, that's another one of those scary things. The winner of this fight, the cheek is just completely swollen up.
You know he can take a shot. You know his chin's solid if his face swollen.
You see, he's got the cauliflower ear already. This is a guy that's done a lot of fighting, a lot of training.
It's so tough, man.
I think he may have had some swelling prior to the match starting, and it just got worse.
This guy had a hematoma on his cheek. Bit down, fought through it.
Not sure what a hematoma is, but it looks like that hurts like a son of a bitch.
dude's awesome, and we're very excited to have him here. He moves right into the house.
So all these guys, Wesley Drake got a haircut too. This look was a better look, to be honest. He looks much older now once he's in the house.
You know, it's part of the fight game, you know, so I'm excited to, you know, hopefully.
I think John Kennedy gets another shot at this later on. Ooh, man, look at this cheek. My goodness. He's missing a tooth, too.
I think I can go, and that's, I want to change the world.
I think that dude just likes to fight people. I mean, obviously everybody here likes to fight people, but Wesley looks like he's been in fights he shouldn't have been in. Ray Ostrander or Dallas Flynn. I don't know these guys too well.
He took it really well for
Rocked him a little bit.
He's 19.
Yeah.
Got him on 1 foot.
After watching some of the fights, I'm pretty excited about the talent that we have here so
At
far.
19, I'm not sure that's old enough to get on the show. I think they were looking for guys that were a little bit older, a little bit more mature.
Stop, stop, stop. It can be hit or miss. Foul. Blue. 1 point. Feet. There are a lot of rules in power slap these athletes need to follow.
Yeah, they're going through the rule set now. A lot of guys tried out for this show, didn't make it. But you can see, you know, these guys don't follow the rules because they never knew these rules. These rules were created for the competition. See the stepping, the pivoting, the clubbing.
You can't lead with the palm of your hand or the ref is going to call a foul.
And the actual fingers didn't slap this guy. He just hit it with that bone that's right at the base of your palm.
He doesn't look like he really even knows how to slap yet, but he looks like he has potential and he can certainly take a slap.
100%.
But you can definitely see
This big dude, Tony Hanma, not much of a slap.
Effective for him.
That's a heavy slap.
These two are slapping out of each other.
Yikes.
We see the potential in AJ. So we're going to have AJ slap his way into the house.
I like him. I think he's got potential.
So here's AJ on the right.
Develop into one of those guys.
Round 1.
John Davis. I like this guy too.
Fair blow.
Jaworski Bethley. That's a terrible slap.
In the Jaworski versus Davis fight, I got to say, the guy has an MMA background, but his slap was absolutely the weakest one that I've seen yet.
Round 2.
He could take a hit.
Ooh. Accurate, too.
That was good.
Look at that handprint right there.
Round 3.
It just goes to show that being a mixed martial artist doesn't necessarily translate into slap fighting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Sport takes force and velocity.
It's interesting. Some of these guys are. A lot of these guys come from MMA backgrounds thinking this is a natural transition. Some come from bare knuckle boxing, standard boxing, you know, all sorts of different backgrounds here.
Slapping technique a little bit, but I think John goes straight into the house.
Oh, I completely agree.
So you see the show's starting to take form here. You're starting to see who the guys are that are getting in. And the guys that they've selected, they look like fighters. A lot of people think that this show is, you know, rednecks or, you know, unsavory people to have on the show, but these guys are marketable. They're well-spoken. They are, you know, people who have families, have lives, have careers.
Showing them that they've done good by me, you know, by helping
And
me be here.
there's something inside them that drives them to compete and to fight, and there is nothing more natural than combat, right? It's the original sport. Everything else, you know, including balls and sticks and hoops and all that, you know, that's just you know, just added work.
I've seen a lot of people come from different kind of backgrounds. I mean, I don't really have any background in combat sports.
And I have to remember to
from MMA background.
provide commentary here. I just want to watch the show again because these guys are so captivating. Devin and Vern are two of my favorite guys on the show. Devin has got this look that you know, he's got a don't F with me look. And Vern, it looks like your uncle, you know?
This one's a measure.
Just strong guy.
One, two.
It's like swinging a tree trunk at somebody. No, that's a wrap, Devin. I mean, you don't even feel bad for the guy. I mean, the way that he hit him there, the sound that made, it was like, that was a truck.
Wow.
Vern is probably one of the hardest hitting guys
Yeah,
in the competition.
yeah, that's safe to say. Vern is a hard-hitting guy. I mean, that guy just delivered the wood.
Obliterated.
Yeah, wasn't able to get his turn just because of a simple coin toss.
Yeah, it's too bad the guy didn't even get the swing.
But it has to have to do a lot with your chin too. You either got the chin to take.
Got to win the coin toss in this game. That's why it's interesting. You can watch the same two guys fight 3 or 4 times. Just the way the coin tosses go, you never know how it's going to go.
Okay. All right, sounds good. We're gonna stand right here, guys, and face that way.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark.
Now I wonder what type of post-fight care they have for these guys. You would assume that they have the best medical facilities and trainers, and they have protocol for how long between fights.
Had a huge advantage, but I expected more.
You know, you see some of these guys after UFC fights, and their faces are just destroyed.
I like him. It's all good. So.
Some of these guys can't walk after fights. Not the case in Power Slap. You can get knocked out.
That's why we're here.
Few, you know, a couple of minutes later, you're back up. Your senses have returned to you, and that's it.
Vern's going straight into the house.
It doesn't require a whole lot of physical training or a whole lot of recovery time, but it does require a lot of technique. And the guys who have strong technique and a little bit of luck are the ones that go the farthest.
I am very excited. There were some great matches that we got to watch. There was some matches that need a little bit of work, but I mean, that's what we're here for, to help them.
You know, some of these guys didn't really get tested in their first fight, but I think they're in for kind of a rude awakening. This is something that you're not going to be able to take your eyes off of. This is going to be the most exciting.
So they're just selling the show here, and I don't know if the actual show lived up to the hype. I mean, I certainly love the show. I think that they did what they needed to do with the first event, with the first season of the show. They're going to come back again. I would think that TBS would want to pick them up again. They don't have to run the show on a Wednesday night after Dynamite. People know what this show is now. They can run this independently, and I think people would tune in to watch it. But it takes a lot of coverage, like this YouTube channel, of people getting the word out there and creating a fandom where there may not already be one that exists, because this is still the early years of what this sport is going to be. And it certainly seems with the merger of the UFC and WWE and Endeavor as the parent company here, that Power Slap makes sense to have on as a third brand to be able to diversify that portfolio. And it seems like a great idea to have crossover between the three companies. So I hope that they do so. I don't know if this is an Endeavor company or if this is a Dana White venture, or exactly what the specifics are behind it, who funded it, who the shareholders are. But it seems like it's on the right path.
Exciting, the most interesting and the most unique sport that you've ever seen in your life. And if you tune in, you're going to see just why you're going to love it.
What we need over the next several weeks is your expertise and to turn these guys into killers. After watching the first set of fights from the exhibition event, I'm even more pumped about this sport than I was before.
They do not want killers. They want legitimate athletes. That's the goal here.
But guys, this is a whole nother level.
Love the stage here. I love the guys that they have on the show. Most of the guys here. And now I'm watching through all this a second time. I like the guys even more, knowing who the ones are that make it to the end.
Going to be in for a test for sure.
I love it. Yeah, what happened since March, though, all these guys have gone back, started training more for this particular.
So what they're showing is there is a time gap between the tryouts and the actual show itself, and another time gap between the show and the live event, which happened in March.
This is going to be a life-changing experience for them in a lot of different ways. Hopefully you guys took a lot of notes. You're looking at guys that you're interested in. And
yeah, I think that's key to also, keep it safe for everybody. We don't want anyone, having any incidents, make sure everyone's safe and doing this.
Now, these guys are the coaches, but it's important to remember that the coaches they're still very new as well. It's not there are no people who have been slap fighting for 20 years. There's no Hall of Fame for slap fighting. Those are the guys who are at the top of the business right now. Those are the guys who are most well known. They have the YouTube views. They have they're known in these circles, and certainly if they caught Dana White's attention, they're doing something right.
The first ever slap championship.
So here's the belt. We're going to take a look at it.
That looks great.
And I don't know how I feel about it. It looks very WWE-ish. It looks like a kid's toy. It looks like it's plastic.
I saw that power slap belt. I was just in awe. It was all full of
the belts. I will say the belts do look much better on somebody than they do in the case. It's odd though, because you're used to seeing guys shirtless wearing the belt. But you don't see that in Power Slap. It's always guys wearing the belt over top of a untucked shirt, which is a odd look. I'm sure it's something they're going to workshop.
This is your show. Run it. Well done, sir. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for being a part of this. Appreciate it. We're honored.
On the next episode,
there you have it.
Power Slap Road to the title.
So the next show, you're going to see some second fights from some of these guys still trying to get into the house. Guys they're going to let them slap their way in. Some guys already in. They were no-brainers, but they need to fill out the roster here with, I think it's like 12 guys total. Different weight classes. 12, maybe it was 16. Yeah, I think maybe they had 4 for each weight class.
One step closer to the first ever Power Slap title.
Well, that's going to do it for me here today with a little bit of behind the slap. I certainly enjoy the product. I hope you do too. Thanks for sticking around. I'm going to keep making these videos as long as people keep watching them. I believe there's a 8 episode season here. I'll be back here in the next video reviewing episode number 2. So hope you enjoy it. Leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. And thanks for being a friend. Thanks for watching the show, and have a hell of a good time.